Sorry for the late start. I still haven't adjusted to daylight savings. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
what did I
I
just?
don't.
Oh,
After after it went into effect this year, the Senate passed something saying that they would abolish it. I don't know. Did the House ever pick that up?
Test, test, test. You hear me better now?
Yeah.
Keep plugging my headset into the wrong computer. Have you ever negotiated your compensation package?
No.
I'm trying to do that right now. I feel like I'm at a car dealership.
Yeah.
I'm not saying companies are scammers or organizations are scammers, but just the uncomfortable for me the uncomfortable discussion while trying to maintain humility, but at the same time knowing that this discussion is going to directly affect the lifestyle that you are trying to design for the next 2 to 3 years, right?
Hmm.
Maintain or upgrade. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I think there's advantages like stack enough money. Maybe I could take 3 months to focus on beach delivery and finally push this thing out the door. I really want to push this thing out the door, man. It bothers me, but I don't want to look at a computer monitor after I get off work. Even on Saturdays and Sundays, I don't want to look at it. I check my email like once every 3 or 4 days, my personal email. I don't like looking at computers.
You're in the
Right.
wrong profession, man. Then. Although it
Well,
would.
I just
Yeah.
get burned out from just my normal like gainful employment that I just don't want to have anything to do with a keyboard. So
Then I'm sitting over here. Yeah, I game after. I'm gonna do. I might do Ludum Dare this weekend. Um,
play, played my PlayStation 5 for the first time since I moved to my new unit like 4 or 5 months ago. That was interesting.
it take forever to update.
Um, it probably did. What I did was I'm like, oh, I got to update. All right, and I grabbed my motorcycle keys and I left the house. Came back and it was updated. So
Yeah.
I like riding motorcycles, man. You should get one. When
Maybe one day.
you come to Orlando, maybe you could rent a motorcycle or a three wheeler, and then we could ride out. We could go
Yeah.
to we could take a trip to Cape Canaveral and check out their museum. So
Yeah. The. I don't think I can sneak away from the family. I'm under fairly strict timelines plus orders that it's family time. So although
yeah,
I did try, I'll have to wait until maybe there's a conference or something we could hit up in Florida or something.
yeah. I don't know. I That's another thing. What is it called? Libido when you lose like sexual desire.
Oh, libido. Yeah.
Libido. How you spell
Yeah.
that?
Libido. I think.
Yeah,
Lib.
I think I lost
Ido.
my libido for professional software conferences. I just don't have the
Libido.
desire anymore.
Yeah. So you don't want to have sex with conferences anymore? Is what you're saying?
I
No, I'm just kidding.
I just I'm not as motivated to say, "Oh man, I want to see who the speakers are." Like, "Oh man, let me uh pay out of my own pocket $2,000 and then another 15 to 1,800 between flight and hotel to go to London to to hang out for the next 2 days. Like I think London is cool, but I don't think technology has changed that much in regards to like programming paradigms or languages that I have to like go to this conference. And most of everything is very like vendor centric. Like I
Well,
don't
yeah,
like I is it really worth me breaking bread out of my own bank account to see the latest Azure feature when it will likely be when it's likely already available on a YouTube on a YouTube
yeah,
channel.
yeah. My experience is everything's like almost everything is 101, which it kind of has to be. You can't really get too in depth in an hour talk, but um, and then the other half of it is like so it's either everything is too new or like I don't know about you, but it gets exhausting trying to keep up with all of the like new hot things, like latest one. What's the latest thing that is new that's hot? Helm.
Why did you say Helm? That thing came
Yeah,
up yesterday and took half an hour of my life.
yeah. Helm is
Helm
the new thing.
charts.
Yeah, or whatever the heck they are. Um, that's like it's like God damn it! I sort of am getting more used to Docker and all that. It's like and now it's and then Docker Compose and now it's like fuck. There's just always something new to tack on. It gets exhausting.
Uh, I yeah,
Yeah.
and these economic times doesn't make it easy to take a break and stop learning. I feel like the world is dancing on or tiptoe. What's the word? Dancing on eggshells, walking through eggshells, whatever that term is with eggshells. I feel like yeah, it's probably in my best interest to make sure I stay marketable, make sure I stay employed. But I just think things are only going to get more complicated and on edge for the rest of my life in regards to world events and economic state or conditions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically your money is about worth probably about half as much as it was, or a quarter of as much as it was, I guess, 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So we've all taken basically a quarter pay drop.
Which is why I'm aggressively negotiating my contract. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they just decline. Like, no, you're too much work, Scott. All right.
Yeah, it's just with your what's it called though? Um, HR, their HR department, right?
More or
You have
less,
to
yeah.
you have to negotiate with the people you work with. I hope.
Uh, so there's a strong incentive for me to be converted full time. And I'm like, oh, can you guys just extend my contract? No, no, we pay you way too much. That's not sustainable. I'm like, okay.
Well, I mean, you could go full time if you like the work.
It's the environment is way more professional than the environments that I've been in lately.
Hmm. I guess it's a good sign that they want you to come full time. But
Uh,
yeah,
why don't your company hire me?
why wouldn't they?
I said, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. You could
Give,
you could apply if you want.
give them my bill rate,
Oh,
and
I don't know that I don't know that we have any. We have some outsourcing groups, but I don't know that we have any contractors on staff. Come to think of it, I think everybody is active gainful employers or employment, like not contracting.
I gotta update my resume this weekend. I've been trying to update my resume for the past 2 weekends, and it's been impossible. There's advantages to being a loner and not being in a relationship.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Like you have so much time to focus on yourself.
yeah, you kind of got to make time to just focus on yourself, or just realize that it doesn't have to be about everyone else all the time.
Having a car, like, because I was doing fine with a motorcycle and me and my motorcycle. Having a car somehow destroys the time that you have, right? I mean, it's okay if you're just by yourself, but like when you have other people around you, it pretty much enforces you not to have time for yourself. I don't know. I mean, I guess this is like common knowledge, but I've been trying to update my resume for the past 2 weeks. I haven't found the time, um, or I haven't made the time to do it. So I'm gonna try to force myself to do it tomorrow at Starbucks, away from home, away from distractions. And the same thing with working out, man. Like yesterday was my first time working out since like Monday. And I was trying to work out Wednesday and Thursday, and I could not make the time to do it.
Hmm. You should be able to,
I guess,
though.
I guess this is normal.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, but
With
um,
me, it's to maintain peace in the home and and to pick battles. It's like, you know what? Fine, sure, I'll go out and run these errands. Oh, you're hungry? Sure, we'll go out to eat at this restaurant because your sister is in town. Sure, it's just I don't know. I'm used to being all about me, and I'm just having a hard time dealing with other people's needs.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, if you have somebody else uh, somewhat in control of your time, and you're not willing to sever ties, I don't know what you do then. You have to just stay up late, or I don't know, just be willing to push back. Yeah,
I want a happy home, man. Every time I push back, it's not good.
yeah, I can imagine.
Or not even a happy home, peaceful home. I avoid drama. I avoid conflict. Only because I go to jail if I retaliate.
Let me see, what did I did I went to the gym so far 3 4 times this week. I ran 6 miles on the treadmill on Sunday, and then I took my nephew and I have been going, or he's been coming with me. So I got the black card on Planet Fitness where it lets you bring a guest whenever. So he's been
Oh,
coming with me. Um,
some status you got there.
yeah. So we did two nights of like strength training. Then I ran another 5K on Tuesday on the treadmill again. Um, Probably I have to run today sometime.
I've been on the injured reserve list, man. My knee has been messed up. I got this like foam roller. That
Hmm.
thing is painful. I've been trying to like do squats and use that to stretch out my knee so that maybe next week I could start running again. Last time I ran was 1 mile like Monday, and it was hurting too bad. I couldn't keep going. Like I I don't do anything strenuous to like get injured, but I keep getting injured, and I don't know why. When I got sick, where I felt like I had COVID, February 11th, that really destroyed all my progress. It really
Hmm.
did.
Yeah, yeah. I got sick like the first week, and I had like this big plan, and I was gung ho about it, and I got sick like the first week into it, and that yeah, just like that, it just harpooned everything. I mean, I've been still going to the gym and doing running because I need to, but I haven't followed any sort of plan. I should be at like I don't even know what I should have been at for weekly miles at this point.
How much are you bench pressing when you said strength training?
We haven't been. We've just been doing machines. Um,
That's gay.
yeah. Well, it's it's
I say that, but I do the same thing uh, at the fitness facility in my complex.
yeah, it's just kind of easy, It's like you just
Yeah,
go in, you
it's
hit,
safer.
you throw the thing and you do it. Although they've got those ones on the track that you can do bench pressing on. It's just not free movement though, but it's still up and down. They're called like a Jimmy machine or something like that. I can't remember what the heck they're called.
I was at my
Um,
peak doing like sets of 225. I doubt if I could even take that off the bar anymore. And I was doing that like 2000, 2003 maybe.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could do like I'm not that strong there. Maybe I could do like 140. Just thinking
Yeah,
about, because we
because
do the chest press, which was, I think, like I guess could I do, because we've been doing like 3 reps of 6. So I don't think I could do all of that at 140, but I could probably pump out a few reps at 140.
a few
Um,
sets.
or yeah, not sets of 6, maybe sets of 3s. I don't know. I guess I could try it. I'll set up my bench press. I'll actually set that up this summer and see where I'm at.
Yeah, the most I lifted like maxed out was 315. To be fair, I was on steroids,
Oh
but I mean I still put in the work though.
yeah,
So I was like 190 pounds, and I maxed at 315.
I
I
see
thought
you
I was
really like.
thought I was gonna have an aneurysm.
I see you really like chocolate peanut butter eggs too.
You know what? This came in a gift package or a care package a couple of days ago, and it just happened to be on my desk. So I'm just going to eat it and then have a sugar high, and then probably tap out during work.
Hmm. Oh, that's like a mint patty though, isn't it? Something like that. Or is that a marshmallow? Oh, coconut cream. Ugh. Actually, I like it, but my
It's
wife hates it.
very very sweet.
What was I gonna look up? I was gonna look up something here, and I completely forgot what it was. Shit. Oh well. We were talking about lifting.
So waiting for my motorcycle to be shipped.
Did you ever get your
No,
speakers fixed?
no.
No. We bought a car a couple weekends ago to replace the one that no, it was last weekend. Replace the one that my wife got in an accident with. Not she didn't really cause it again, but
You get a
it just
Maserati?
no. We ended up getting a Hyundai, like a Hyundai Santa Fe. Um, I don't know.
You have no desire to get something like for you that's like you hop on the freeway and you just I don't know enjoy driving it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had that. um, Historically, like I always wanted an RX 7 or 8, Mazda RX 7 or 8. Um, I came close to buying like a classic one once. I had the guy down from like he was asking like 20. It wasn't like a like a nice vehicle. It was just kind of like one of these old classics that didn't have a lot of rust or anything like that. But it did have rust. I had the guy down from like $2,500 to like $400. I could have driven away with it, but it was like at the time of my life where I didn't have disposable income, so I was like,
Yeah.
I wish I would have bought it though, because yeah, I don't know, I don't know. You think like, oh yeah, as soon as I make my money, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna buy this. The time comes and I still haven't bought this, and this. I was like, I'm gonna deck out like a $10,000 PC and just like buy all of the screens and
But your mentality is outside of like a brand new luxury vehicle or home, is your mentality to just use cash, or do you whip out a credit card?
Well, just for buying stuff, we use our credit card mostly to funnel money through, but we pay it off in cash every month, so that
Yeah.
we don't really pay. I mean, occasionally we'll let balance roll over, which keeps our credit score extremely good. But yeah, we don't keep debt on the books. We financed our vehicle, and we would have financed it anyways, just because we don't want to. We want like to not put an exit lump sum of money out, because what happens if something happens, and you're like, oh, I'm jobless for 2 months or 3 months. You don't. I just want to have a
Liquidate the
cushion.
vehicle.
Yeah, or if we want to buy something else that requires like an actual sizable down payment, like say a property or something, you got to put in like you know 5%, 20% down or whatever. You need capital, liquid capital to do that. You pay off a car right away. But actually with the Hunt, this one of the things that this Hyundai had the like 0% for 4 years or whatever. So we're not paying anything to we're not paying anything to finance it. So why the hell not?
Mm.
It's basically free capital.
Hey, Gambler. The other thing is that I'm considering if negotiations fail is for me to also use that time to try to squeeze in Azure certification. I say it as if it's easy, and I know it's not,
You
but
sound so enthusiastic about it.
I think it's a smart move. Like I think if I want to remember, uh, the one of the outside of building beast delivery and knowing that it's a high probability of failure, the protection was that I would learn Azure and I would increase my hourly rate, right? And so my goal was like, yeah, I want to get to like 125 or 135. Um, okay. Well, if I have an Azure certification, that kind of like I won't say it enforces my market value, but it really does set me apart from so many others that are asking for the same amount of money, right? And
Sure.
so the thought process is if if I'm going to be off for another 3 or 6 months, then let me just go hard in the paint and try to knock this off. Now, which Azure certification? I don't know. I think it's in my best interest to to go into an area of Azure cert that incorporates security concerns in addition to like networking. I don't know that much about Active Directory, but I feel like maybe that can bring in both aspects more or less.
Active Directory is a
I
little
feel
more.
like
I
I
feel
feel
like
like I
that's
need to get
more
more
of an
into
admin type thing.
well, translate. I think I need to get more into an administrative like Azure cert where it's more about configuration than it is about development, like configuring environments and stuff.
I don't know. Would that command?
Like networking.
Yeah. Does that actually command high billable rates? I wouldn't expect it
It,
to.
it's more focused on architecture than on development.
For sysadmin work, like Active Directory is more
The
sysadmin.
environment that I'm in and the meetings that I get pulled into are at high level design with a whole bunch of diagrams, with a whole bunch of cloud icons that I don't fully understand. And if that's like a Fortune 500 organization and that's what they do at the enterprise level, then it sounds like I need to get with that program.
Yeah, maybe. The other thing you could do is just pick a valuable technology and just go a mile deep on it, or go deep, deep, deep on it, and then you'll really get the. Then I assume that you'll really get the billable hours because you're a specialized solution. Um, Like I said, something
Yeah,
like
the part that
Elasticsearch.
yeah, but the part that I'm
Elasticsearch
lacking
is
in is securing these implementations, right? And that's the part where I'm like, right? That's the part where I can't speak intelligently on how it's secured,
yeah. Well, I mean,
and it
there's
keeps coming up in these architect meetings, and I
yeah,
can't speak intelligently on it.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at that, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it would probably be for Azure would
I
probably
could
be
speak
Active
the language
Directory.
of I could speak the language of message bus. I could speak the language of, I mean, to me, like Azure SQL is pretty straightforward. I'm not a DBA, but I mean, if you've done anything with CRUD tables and establishing like foreign key relationships, etc., like that's kind of straightforward. Um, what's the other part that I'm missing? Azure Key Vault,
So you're looking
uh,
to like service to
I-
service like
managed identity, like that stuff.
yeah,
Like I have a foundation in. It's that how can you intelligently discuss security for an enterprise system or the various components that encompass it. And I can't participate in those type of conversations. I'm just a fly on the wall. And I feel like I can increase my worth if I could drive those conversations, those discussions.
yeah, yeah. That's I mean, security is like if you want to go deep on security, that's an area you can definitely make money in. Um, I don't know that. I don't know that. I guess I don't know much about how that relates to
Development.
Azure. Um,
So, for example, like you have your Azure Traffic Manager, you have your Azure API Manager, whatever that thing is called. And like, so you have these various Azure tools that provide support for uh, rate limiting, provide support for a whole bunch of other um, well-known security concerns, and it's stuff that I just don't spend my time on. So I'm just saying it's an opportunity for me to,
okay. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah.
uh,
Okay. So you're just looking. I mean, you're just looking to expand into looking at other offerings that Azure has, but with an eye on what is used in securing.
yes,
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, definitely, if you want to command money as an Azure architect, you should probably have you know a working knowledge of most everything that they offer. Um,
I'm not sure that I can maintain the same bill rate just being a developer.
yeah.
If I
Like I said, you need to be a
I
specialist.
would prefer being a developer, but it sounds like no, we want to pay you more money for telling people what to do and not you doing it yourself. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be a specialist in something to make the big bucks. I think is
Yeah,
just
but I
the
mean, a
short and skinny of
developer
it.
could be a specialist, but it's
Yeah,
you just the more money you make, the more of a politician you have to be. All right, and it's more about talk, 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 convince, 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 and those are the higher weighted paychecks
yeah,
versus actually creating something yourself. You create a vision and you get paid more for your vision than the actual people that implement the vision.
yeah. Who all have visions probably, and could easily just do it. That's how I feel
Well,
about half the time. Like,
I won't say it's easily because okay, not to toot my own horn, but I think a lot of people get locked into the only way they know how to accomplish something, and I think it kind of does a disservice when it comes to architecture because it's really important to lay out options, even if it's only two, and be able to intelligently articulate the compromise or trade-offs between the two. If the only thing that you do is say SQL, the only thing you do is say C sharp, the only thing you do is say I don't know, JavaScript, like yeah, they're relatively safe, but given like timelines and given like opportunity costs, and those are just three basic examples of tools. What could you be potentially missing out based on time and security? Is there something out there that can address what's valued by stakeholders versus going with these extremely safe technologies, and that's the only thing you know? I mean, I know what I said is debatable, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it. Yeah. There's a trade off and everything. So yeah.
Well,
I
I
think
want
you're.
to
I think you're right on.
I want to get Odie back on the chat. I haven't talked to him in a while. Ever since their president banned Twitter.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you still? I haven't seen much. Have you? Do you still randomly reach out to people and have conversations on YouTube with them?
uh, nah, nah. The short answer is no. I, I think most people would probably decline if I reached out to them.
Have you been? Have you been ostracized or cast away?
Not publicly, but I don't know. I feel like I probably said some things that people probably decided that they probably maybe don't want to have a session with me. I mean, if I could think of an example of someone that declined, I don't know. I haven't really reached out to a complete stranger in like 4 years.
Hmm.
I just feel as if maybe people aren't interested. I don't know. I'm not sure like what series of events occurred, and I can't really give an example of anybody that's really like declined. I just feel as if I started going out of my way to have a discussion with somebody that I don't know, I feel like I'm on a blacklist even though I have no proof of it. And I don't have any reason why to make that statement. I just
Hmm.
I don't know, I can't explain it.
Maybe you need to get Gamlord on with you sometime.
Oh, I talked to him, Gambler. Did we not talk like maybe 2 months ago after Sean left or something? Well, him and I talked like I think it was like 2 months ago for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes.
Hmm.
I think it was offline, like it wasn't recorded. But
Oh, sure.
what about you? Are you gonna resurrect? What was your podcast called?
My life for the code. No,
Yeah,
no, I'm not gonna resurrect that. Um, I don't think there's really much like. It seems like podcasting has kind of fallen off the. For me, anyways, it seems like it's fallen off the edge of the world. I don't know. I used to listen to podcasts a lot. I haven't listened to one in a while. Um,
I listen to him all the time. I listened to .NET Rocks yesterday.
yeah, that one just got like just got repetitive and like there's so much ceremony in it that I just
Well, it's no longer about .NET as much.
well, I feel like you could just take like if somebody spent the time to cut that down to just the parts that you'd care to actually hear, it'd be like perfect. It'd be like a 5 minute podcast, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, the thing is .NET Rocks. I enjoy listening to the personalities of I can't remember their names anymore. The whatever the two hosts are, like Frank Campbell or
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
like I enjoy listening to those personalities and how they interact and the weird humor that they have. Richard Campbell and Frank. Richard Campbell's one of them, and Carl Franklin, right? I
Yeah,
I enjoy listening to their personalities.
yeah. See, me not so much. Like I like the like sometimes I like getting the like various things that they talk about, just getting the small awareness that I need to be able to just say, I know what I don't know is good,
You know what
but
I
I
used
just don't want to listen to it for an hour when it's like really half of that is what I actually care about or whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm driving or I'm running in the morning, and that's when I listen to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't like just sit on the couch and just listen to a podcast. I don't do that. I do it when I'm on the go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that I really enjoyed, and I know they put a lot of time into the production of those podcast episodes. Was this is Sean Hanselman, Scott
Scott
Hanselman. Um, he had that one podcast that was very like production, like I forgot what it's
Hansel
called.
Minutes. I
No,
think
no, Hansel Minutes. It's not Hansel Minutes. Hansel Minutes is like the. I haven't listened to that one either. Hansel Minutes has the most black guests ever for technology. Like, yeah, I pick up on things like that just because my brain says, oh, this is different. This person's
But you don't
black.
need to pick up on it. He's doing that
He seeks them out.
explicitly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he's explicitly trying to raise female and African American and minorities and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Like if you look at his guest list, there's let me see, one,
So like a
two,
third of
three,
it are people of
four,
color.
5, 6. Yeah, it's less than half of it is is white male, and then you don't know if it's then straight white male or cis white male or whatever. But yeah, it's he's doing that intentionally, and he's stated that, I believe. So he
Yeah, but
actually kind of chided or like put Dave Rail off when he was on his thing, is because like they were talking and it's like we're sitting here, we're two white males, blah blah blah, and that really put Dave Rail, I guess, off because he was just kind of like he came across as very combative or like dismissive. And then I told him, you should have told him, yeah, but technically you're Latino, so partially so.
yeah, I thought. I mean, I
Or
think you told
Hispanic
me that
rather.
because I thought Dave was white, and I think you told me a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago that
he's white Hispanic. It's
no, it was this developer's life that I really enjoyed, but I know it probably took so much effort to put each podcast together. Have you ever listened to this developer's life by Scott
no.
Hanselman?
He's been cropping in on TikTok too. No, I haven't watched it.
Uh,
Um, but he's been cropping up in TikTok now too. I don't know if you're ever on TikTok, but
no, I'm not a teenager.
yeah, if you're not, don't get on it because it's like it's designed to be addictive. But,
Really?
yeah, you get into it and it's just like you could find yourself sitting there scrolling because it's like it's a dopamine hit every time you flip that. It's a dopamine hit, so you're just getting constantly like fed. And so it's like you just sit there and you just like for hours you just watch the stuff. And there's some hilarious shit in there. Don't get me wrong. It's it's there's if it was all boring stuff, you wouldn't be doing it. Um but you're always trying to find like the next really funny thing. And so you sit there and scroll through it. But yeah, Scott's shown up randomly a few times as I've been scrolling through crap.
I haven't browsed through Twitch in a long time. Like I was following this Rust programmer, and then I occasionally would tap the just chat tile, and you see all these women and their what is it? What do you
Hot
call
tubs
it?
and
The hot
bikinis.
tubs. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this is what the internet has created.
Yeah, that's where we're at. So I don't know. So I
I
get
think the internet has been the biggest disappointment to universities, with creators,
why.
designers, because you see what it was originally like intended for, and we see how it's ultimately used by society, and it's basically used for masturbation. Okay, it's used for propaganda, and it's used for extreme, like I don't know if leftism is an actual word, but just hella liberal, right? So we take things that are very uncommon and we try to push it down society's throat so that society acknowledges this as common. I'm not going to use the word normal, but common, right? And I feel like that's what the internet tries to do. It's it's programming on steroids in regards to like television programming, right? It's internet programming,
Hmm.
and it has convinced people that they have some type of worth that they really haven't demonstrated they have, right? People usually don't generate value, but because they get likes, they have this inflated self-esteem every time they
Hmm.
take a photo of them wearing nothing. And it's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's damaged society. Are we smarter, great apes since the internet? Absolutely. Yes, we are. um, but the consequences, I think, have made people, I think, just mentally like compromised. Like I think mental illness has probably skyrocketed amongst teenage girls or just women in general based on the internet and specifically Instagram painting the portrait that every moment of your life has to be a highlight for everybody else to observe. And that's not reality. But these people are so conditioned. Like, I mean, I could step outside, walk down Collins right now, and I keep saying women, but it's what I see. They're cyborgs. They all go like this the entire time they're walking, right? And it just lets me know how entrenched um, this social media is and how much it's conditioned people to not be present. And I just think it's unfortunate. The birth rate has dropped. People don't want to get married anymore. Part of which is because of education about Western policies on marriage, but a lot of it is it's made people unattractive. I really think it has, based on what they value. Like I could be at the beach and I could see a whole bunch of um, pretty women, but like if the entire time they're going like this the entire time, like I don't think, speaking for myself, I can't be in a relationship with someone that spends that much time that's just consumed on their phone instead of being present and observing the waves, observing the little birds that dive in the water. Like it, I don't know. I just think it's that whole thing is unattractive now, and I think it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, yeah, it'll probably get worse. The
Well, not if we have
well,
war.
I don't know.
It's gonna
Well, I don't
ground
know.
people again.
You got to probably be in like ground central for that kind of behavior though, because like people are in like here. It seems like people they'll use their phone as a crutch, and I do this. It's pretty much every like as a crutch for an awkward situation you don't want to be in, because you can just kind of like look at it and ignore what's going around you because you're just like I don't want like I would assume, for instance, I go to my kids' taekwondo and there's a whole bunch of parents sitting there watching. I'm assuming 20 years ago, like you'd kind of have to make small talk with the people around you, right? Now it's like, oh, okay, kids doing the thing, drop on the phone and just start looking at shit. Um, but I don't know in like the Midwest, I don't ever see somebody just being like, you know, occasionally I'll see people do that,
It's
but it's
that's all you see down here.
yeah, you got to be in like ground zero for that though, because isn't I mean Miami's a lot of a very image centric like
Yeah,
city, isn't it? Like
yeah.
at
But
least that's
because
my
I'm down
perception
here,
of it.
because this is all I see, I just imagine that it's like this everywhere. And
Nah,
like I'll binge watch YouTube videos of someone with a high resolution video camera walking through like Berlin or something, or walking through some other foreign city. and I observe like they'll be on a strip or some like tourist hotspot, and you don't see people going like this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're
I
kind
think
of like
it's
talking amongst each other, smiling, laughing. But down here, this is all you see. I literally see. There we go, right there. Like I
yeah,
see it everywhere. Like this lady's walking her dog, and her face is buried in her phone the entire time. And so like to me, I've literally seen like I keep saying women, and I'm not trying to target them. It's literally what I see. I don't see guys doing this consistently all the time,
yeah.
but I'll see a
I'm
woman
sure there's
walking.
guys doing it though.
I'm sure, right? They're probably gay, but I'm sure. So I'll see women like walking down the street, and then they'll like pull out their phone and take a picture, and then put it back in their pocket, and then keep walking. Like that's what I see down here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think it's just the city you're in. I'm guessing if you moved away, or you know, you'd probably see significantly less of it. Um, Not completely, but devoid of it. But I'm
yeah.
guessing
So
that
I
Miami
mean,
is a little different.
are people entitled to do whatever they want to do as long as they don't hurt other people? Yes. I just think it's unfortunate that something that was meant to be social isolates people so much.
Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a grandfather. Like I'm just so conservative in my views.
No, I don't know. I've gotten more and more. Actually I should say, like even at family functions or in situations with other people, like I've started to notice and it started to bother me when it's literally like everybody immediately goes on their phones and nobody tries to even have a conversation first. I get it if it's people you don't know and it's really uncomfortable, but if it's like people you know and everyone's just kind of sitting there drowned in their own world, it kind of sucks. And I'm the problem too occasionally. I'm not saying I'm like perfect, but I've made a conscious decision before to like, all right, I'm just not going to take the phone out of the pocket for to look at things. I'm going to, if I need to take it out to take a picture or something because I want to capture a moment or whatever, I'll do
Yeah.
that. Or if a notification comes in, but
So here's the difference. Like, do I constantly interact with my phone? Yes. The thing is I always have earbuds in my ear, and I'm still present. I'm just learning or absorbing information as I walk, or as I run, or as I drive. All right. Um, I don't know. I'm not trying to say that as if it makes me better, but like you can consume information that's useful and still be present and still be engaged or immersed, right, within like society. And a lot of people, man, they're in a virtual world of other people's highlight films,
they're the
and
metaverse.
they really think that that's other people's lives. Like you, yeah.
Yeah,
I could go on a rant, but I won't. The expectations of people in relationships because of social media is just it's it's been devastating. All right.
oh,
Like
I suppose,
in
yeah.
Miami, it's expected that you drive a $80,000 vehicle if you're going to pick somebody up for the first date. It's expected that you're going to drop $100 at Benihana's for a first date. Like it's people are delusional down here, and they're so inflated because it's so easy to for them to receive likes every time they want validation, and they just I don't know, people are just projecting these effed up illusions onto society, and it's really resulting in accelerating unhappiness and maybe even depression.
Yeah, yeah, likely.
I'm done,
Hmm.
Betsy.
Something's coming up here.
Yeah, I'm Lore. Was it like in I keep confusing Sweden and Switzerland. They should be the same. I can't. To me, they're the same. I can't. They're probably
think
like
he's-
thousands of miles away, but
But isn't he in Denmark? We do this like every few months.
it's like the same thing.
It's
Like to me, they're
try to remember what country Gantler's from.
all European countries are the same country. Switzerland.
Uh,
Yeah, I was right the first time.
He's not from. You're not from Switzerland,
I think he is.
really? How do I swear it was like
Sweden.
Denmark. Or okay, well if it's Switzerland, I see. He's got that face, so I don't know if that's like a.
Or is society,
Huh.
or no? I'll be more explicit. Are women in Switzerland more grounded? Are they cyborgs, or are they more present in public?
Shit.
No, Gamlord doesn't want to get canceled, so he's going to be diplomatic in his response, or he might just ignore the question.
I'm getting revved up like a deuce here, man.
Not 100% that cyborgs. Okay, not 100%. Yeah, wait till they come out with the special contacts, and it's over. Twitch buffering, GRML. Oh yeah, he's looking at me through Twitch.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be doing. I'll probably be trying to do the Ludum Dare this weekend. I'm like I used to get so pumped up for these things, and now I'm just like, I could do it. I might. I feel like I should at least try because if I get like, otherwise I'm gonna be like done, and I'll be. It'll go by, and I will be kind of like, oh, why didn't I do that? You know. So.
Do you ever pair with somebody, or is Ludum Dare really an individual?
No, you
Like
can do a group. I tried last time. I tried to get somebody I work with to do it with me.
they
So I'm
tapped
like,
out?
well, no, he was concerned he'd hold me back. But really, I wanted him to like, because he plays a lot of games and has a lot of good knowledge of games and is probably much better at coming up with the ideas and the game systems than I could. So it's like, okay, you could do that, and I'll pump out the code as fast as I can, and I'll do pictures, and you can work on some of the code. But it just didn't work out. So I'm like, yeah, it was a little awkward to try to request it anyways, and I don't know. I think I'll just do it myself. Although I want to do. I don't know. I want to try to make like a multiplayer type thing.
You're doing all this in Unity, right? You're not doing this in
No.
C++.
No, I do it. I've done it historically in C# and Mono Game, but I don't know. This time I might do something like I might try something like an API based game or like something that is all just driven by websites or something like that. Not actually like a visual game, if that makes sense.
You should just build Tetris.
I want to build an MMO in the weekend. Like that's what I want to do.
Okay.
It's going to be a 2D. You can infinitely traverse a world, but there'll be nothing to do because the systems or stuff that I have like game systems and like combat systems and fighting. There's a lot of math and stuff behind getting those things to not be lame, I think. And I don't know. It's not an action game.
You should build a game where people explore different servers on the UI, and then they can collaborate on a DOS attack. And then, so it's visual as a game, but it's an actual business that is the prey.
Yeah.
And that's
no.
the video game.
There was a game that one of my buddies used to play that was kind of like a hacking game. You would hack machines and you would take them over, and then they'd be part of your like hacking thing.
Legion.
And you gain points. I don't know what it was called, but he actually got asked by the owners to stop playing because he was so dominant in it that he owned like all the servers. So they're like, yeah, we don't. Can you not? Like, just let other people come and play it. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do something like that. I want to use Microsoft Orleans for something. I feel like there's a lot of
Why?
I don't know. I just want to. It's like the paradigm is interesting to me, and I want to do it. I don't know why.
I haven't messed with Akka in like 5 years.
Yeah, Orleans taking front and center with .NET 7 though. Like I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's been all the literature around .NET 7 has started to include Orleans related stuff.
What is .NET 7 exposed as a new feature?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I haven't looked at it yet. I think there's like performance enhancements. Um, I know are part of it, but
Is Visual Basic still supported in .NET?
there's some regex stuff. Is Visual Basic? I
Is that
think they
still the .NET
stopped adding
language?
Yeah, I think they stopped adding features though. Native AOT is part of it.
What's AOT stand for? That's the Android stuff. What sounds familiar? What's AOT? It's
Ahead of time? No, isn't that?
no, that's just-in-time compilation. The JIT compiler.
Ahead of time though, not just in time.
Oh,
Or no, I don't know.
maybe you're right.
Let me see what that is real quick. It's probably in the preview one stuff. Oh yeah, so like
AOT is iOS stuff, right?
yeah, one second. Sorry. So yeah, well, if you look at like .NET 7 preview, Orleans is like comes right up in the first in the first document or whatever. Trying to find where they talk about that AOT stuff, native AOT. I think it's native ahead of time compiling is what it is. Like you can compile .NET down to it just instead of running on a virtual machine, it runs natively. But I don't know. Yeah, some enhancements to.
I sent you a private message. Sigh.
Twitter or what?
No, on our.
Oh, there we go.
That's.
Oh,
I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah, it's blurry anyways. So okay, so native AOT in .NET 7. Huh. Yerp. I don't know. It's just like I said, there's just more crap to keep up on. But like I said, it's Orleans has like been kind of formally sucked into the Microsoft ecosystem. So
Are you going to register for any half marathon outside the States?
no.
No.
I don't even have my passport. I guess my new license, I'll be able to go to Canada though. But
No, you need a passport. Hold on, what?
no, I don't. I need an enhanced ID card.
Since when?
Since I live here, I don't know.
I don't think it works like that.
Oh, it does. I had to go,
How
I
do
had
you
to
know
bring
that?
in proof of citizenship and all that stuff. But there's an enhanced ID card that'll get you into, and I don't know if it's just because we're a border state or what, but
Since 9/11, like Bush 2 had required passports for Canada, so I'm curious when that policy changed again.
Minnesota residents are now able to apply for an enhanced version of driver's license or identification card that will allow re-entry into the United States via land, sea from Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, and the Caribbean. So that's what it is. So it's not just it's Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, or the Caribbean. It's any of our border, basically our border countries.
That's for the state of Minnesota?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if other states have it, but our state has
I
it.
never heard of it.
Yeah. I'll drop you the link here. Don't believe me.
Fake news. Fake news.
DPS Minnesota Gov. It's not.
I keep getting fake news for the Ukraine war. I they never expose how many Ukrainians have died in battle, but they're quick to expose how many Russians
They were
supposedly
doing it
died in
up
battle.
front. They were doing it originally, but you know, they definitely show the civilian casualties because that helps her.
Yeah,
But
they don't talk about how many. Well, they'll say that like air base or oil depots were destroyed by the Russians, but they never talk about the loss of life for Ukrainian soldiers, and they always talk about it's 12,000 Russian soldiers. Like, I wish I could just get. I wish Vice News can cover everything. No opinions, just cover it. Journalism. We don't care about your thoughts. F your
we
thoughts.
report, you decide.
We want visuals, and we don't want your opinion.
Yeah,
We don't want to hear about how evil Putin is. Just tell us what he did. Tell
yeah,
us what Biden did. Report the friendly fire incidents on both sides. Report the civilian friendly fire incident. Like, it's so biased, man. And
yeah,
YouTube obviously is not going to allow Russian news to state anything that's true that is unfortunate. Uh, that kind of makes the Russians sheds the Russians in a different light. Like, that's not going to happen at all. So like, it's conditioning to believe that the Russians are pretty much, or the Russian military is pretty much analogous to Satan, and everything that they're doing is just because they're purely evil, right? And they're not exposing the side of the story that they have at all. Well, I won't say at all, but there's so little details about what motivates Putin to do what he did that it's kind of biased. So
yeah.
hopefully I don't get canceled for saying that. But yeah, I wanna hear the story on both sides instead of being forced a narrative by Western media.
Yeah. That might be a good place to end it. I got to get some coffee here before I start work.
All right, it's been real. See ya.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
bye, gambler.
See you next week. All
Yeah.
right, bye.